Jesus said man wasn't created for the Sabbath was created for man.
That's what modern day Christian does. We play with words. You are from the nation of Israel.
Yes.
Are you so-called black American? Good. So pretty much we say the Sabbath day is a tradition. According to the verse that you just read,
everything under Judaic law was tradition at the time.
Was tradition.
That's the moral law.
Moral law.
Ceremonial law. All those types of things.
Do you understand when does the Sabbath was established?
In the days of Moses.
Okay. Was it in Genesis?
But the new law,
to the creation? Yes or no?
Say it again.
The Sabbath, was it created to the creation?
But Jesus said man wasn't created for the Sabbath was created for man.
Meaning what? Meaning what?
That means
man should not keep the Sabbath anymore?
No, he's saying, see, that's why I went to
Give
Mark
me
7.
Mark 2:13.
That's why I went to Mark 7.
Give me Mark 2:13.
This tradition makes
Verse
the word
2.
of God of no effect.
Let's find out, what Christ himself was considered as tradition, if the Sabbath was a tradition.
He kept it.
Matthew chapter 15 and verse 2.
Bring it out!
Why do thy disciples transgress?
Verse 1.
Verse 1. Then came to Jesus scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders?
Listen to that. Are you listening? Read it again for him. This is the Pharisees, the elders, the scribes, those big guys, which today we call the pastors, jacks, elders, preachers.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Read it again from verse 1.
Verse 1. Then came to Jesus scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders?
Why your disciple, do what?
Transgress the tradition of the elders.
Tradition of what? Of who? Of men, not of God. Read.
But they wash not their hands.
Because at that time there's a custom or tradition, the Jews have to wash their hands before they eat. And to them, because the disciple didn't wash their hands, they said, why your man is breaking the tradition of our elders?
Right.
Read.
But they wash not their hands when they eat bread. But he answered and said unto them,
listen to what Christ says unto them.
why do ye also transgress the commandment of God by your tradition?
Christ asked them, since you guys are talking smack, why are you guys breaking God's law by your tradition?
Right.
So now my question to you, Sunday worship, is it the laws of God or the traditions of men?
Bring it out. You're saying we're not supposed to worship on Sunday.
I'm not saying anything, the Bible is speaking. Now I'm asking you the question.
About what?
So when does God say when God said his followers have to, worship him? Was it the first day? Is it biblical? Do you have a scripture that says that?
That you can worship any day of the week. We can commune together as
Okay, now you're being semantic. There's no issue as followers of God to worship God every day, meaning praying, read our Bible, even call a brother. But there's a specific day God said for us to gather. Give me Leviticus 23.
Bring it out.
Because that's what modern day Christian does. We play with words. We play with words.
Right.
If every day was the same day,
right,
why when you go to your job, they give you a schedule,
right,
why you follow that schedule to a T, you didn't show another day? Read.
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel.
If you didn't know that, my brother, you are from the nation of Israel.
Yes.
Are you so-called black American? African. I can tell. Where in Africa are you from? Huh?
Ghana, West Africa.
Ghana. Guess what? We were just left Ghana. I was in Ghana 2 weeks ago.
Right.
In Ghana 2 weeks ago, guess what? You are the peoples of God.
That's right.
Okay? You are the peoples of God. And you know, in Ghana, in the Gold Coast, Elmina Castle, you know Elmina Castle? So, didn't they took us from Elmina Castle and bring us to America, to the Caribbean islands? Yes or no? Yes. They took the people from Elmina Castle and they shipped them to the Americas, Caribbean island, Brazil. You know the history, yes or no? All over Africa. Yeah, that is not, but since you come from Ghana, and I know Ghana, that I've been in Ghana 3 times, I've been in Elmina Castle, that's why I'm using this example. So, is that mean today you and me, we're different people? No. It just happens some of you stay behind, some of us was, shipped on the slave ships.
Right.
Okay? Let me show you something. Let's finish the scripture first. And I'm going to show you why we know that you're part of the 12 tribes of Israel. You're probably Judah, you're probably Benjamin or Levi.
Bring it out!
Okay, but we don't know. But huh? Yes, bro. You're the chief. I'm gonna come to you. And I'm gonna help you with something that I saw in that castle.
Teach!
Leviticus 23 verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations.
See, God said to Moses, tell the people, these are my feasts. They have to do what?
Holy convocation.
What is a holy convocation? A convocation, what is that? What is another word for convocation? Holy gathering. Read again.
And say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord.
Concerning God's feast.
Which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations.
You have to proclaim that those feasts will be holy or separate, set apart congregation.
Even these are my feasts.
God said even these are my feasts, not men feasts. Read. 6
days shall work be done.
God said I give you 6 days to do about your business.
But the 7th day.
Which day?
The 7th day.
Which day is the 7th day in the week? Yes, which day in the weekday is the 7th day of the week? Which day is that? How we call it?
It's Saturday, no?
Say what?
Saturday.
Saturday, exactly. Right. The 7th day is what we call today Saturday, but in the Bible, Saturday wasn't the name. We just baptized the name with the name. With the baptized the weekdays with the name. But it was the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th days.
Can I ask you one question?
Yes, sir.
So you guys following the laws of Moses, correct?
We follow the whole Bible. When you say the laws of Moses, God gave Moses those laws.
So how do you feel about Jeremiah 31 through 34?
How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
What does it say?
Under the new law, the new covenant God has given us, right? He's written the laws on our heart and on our minds.
Okay, so meaning what? I mean now you have keeping no laws? You have we still have to keep now we have to do adultery?
Matthew 22 verse 40 says the law hangs on these 2 commandments.
Yes. They are umbrella.
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
Meaning what? They are the foundations of all the other laws. Right. Just mean. Right. Okay, so but the way you said it, we understand those language. When you said, I mean, we should not be keeping the God's laws anymore. That's why you're asking us, are we in the law of Moses?
I mean, that's what it sounds like. You're reading from Exodus a lot.
So that means what? When Christ was on earth, where he was reading from? What Christ was preaching that? When Christ was on earth, where Christ was preaching from? The New Testament wasn't reading here. So okay, so let's find out. So does that mean we have to dismiss? The only thing we have to dismiss. You understand? The only thing we have to dismiss from the laws of God is the law of sacrifice. You understand that? That's the only law.
The sacrifice already.
Yeah. So that's the only set of law we don't follow. But the moral law, the dietary law, the ceremonial law, and the moral laws we still have to keep. You understand? And the feast. And
do you think the dietary laws are really in effect?
Oh, still in effect, of course. So that means.
So when God showed Peter the vision in Acts chapter 10, what was that about?
Okay. We're gonna give you. We're gonna give you. But let's look through it one day at a time. One thing at a time. We're gonna answer you, and then we're gonna. Hopefully you get the understanding. Read.
The book of John, chapter 5, verse 45.
Bring it out.
Do not think that I will accuse you to the Father. There is one that accuseth you.
This is why speaking to the Pharisee, to the,
He's talking about the devil, yeah.
Okay? No, he's talking about the Pharisee. He was talking to the
He called the
Pharisee.
Pharisees what? Devils.
Yeah, because while they were following the woman, they were in sin. He said, you're the devil. But that's not the point. That's not even the point. Read. That's not when I'm bringing it. Because I'm bringing it because you say it looks like you guys are focusing the laws of Moses. Let's find out what Christ said about the laws of Moses.
Don't abolish the law. Keep the law.
Read.
There is one that accuseth you, even Moses, in whom ye trust. For had ye believed Moses,
God said, if you believe Moses,
ye would have believed me.
why?
For he wrote of me.
Meaning what? What does it mean?
He foretold the prophecy of Christ.
What did Christ just say to us? Read it again.
For had ye believed
Because
Moses,
what Christians love to say when they don't want to keep God's law,
What the
they
Pharisees are
say,
saying.
you guys, you stuck on the old law, the law of Moses. But listen, what Christ said again?
for had ye believed Moses,
Christ said, if you were to believe what Moses taught,
ye would have believed me.
you also will believe what I'm telling you also. Why?
For he wrote of me.
Because everything Moses was written, it was about Christ.
That's right.
That means what? The old law, the laws of Moses, were
Who is
full
he talking
effect to the scribes and the Pharisees, the elders.
He's talking to because the Pharisees didn't believe. If you
Of
would've
course, they are telling the law, but they're not practicing the law. And that's what the Christian church are doing right now.
believed, keep the law. So Christ came to fulfill the law.
What do you mean? They are the teachers of the law.
And they
They
couldn't keep
teach
it.
the people the law,
They
but
could keep it.
they're not
But
keeping
they
it from
keep it.
themselves.
You just answered my question.
So, but the point, that's not what I bring the scripture. I bring the scripture because you said you were talking about the laws of Moses. Like the law of Moses is contagious or something. But that's the way you brought it. We deal with Christian, modern day Christian every time. When you bring it up, we understand where you're going forward. That means you try to justify yourself not keeping God's law.
You believing in all these little subsects. Nowhere in the book of Levi does it say Levi is from the Haitians. Nowhere in the book of Ephraim does it say they're Puerto Rican. Nowhere in the Bible does it say Judah.
Okay.
The tribe of Judah are American blacks.
Okay.
Jesus came from the tribe of what?
If you-
Judah. Let me finish. When Jacob finished, right? He said, gather around me, sons of Jacob, right? I'll tell you what's before thee. Reuben, you're the beginning of my strength, right? But because you slept with my concubine, you'll be as turbulent as water.
Okay.
The house of Reuben is not similarly an Indian, bro. That
boy is good. Good and terrible.
Who
That's
are they then?
division.
Who are they then?
only God knows.
Who are they then?
God knows. I don't
If you
know.
say they're not the one, that means you know who they are, right? In order for me to tell you
See, but
this is
aside-
fake, your sticker is fake, I have to be able to
Show the real.
prove the real one. If you say
That's
those
right.
are not the tribe, but who are they then?
So the sons of Levi are from
Huh?
Haiti. I'm asking.
Go to Genesis 49.
Bring it out.
Sons of Levi are from Haiti.
You part of it also. You are the Israelite. You understand that? Let me show you something. Let me show you
You
something.
just answered the question. The tribe of Levi is from Haiti.
Yes.
The Mosaic priesthood is from Haiti.
The book of them is in Haiti right now. The book of them is in Haiti.
That's
My brother. Bro, we can't agree to disagree.
No, but you're telling me.
Let me show you something. Let me
Tell
show
me
you.
the Levitical priesthood is from Haiti. That's what you're telling me. Please.
When you say they're from Haiti,
The Levitical. That's what you guys have
Okay.
written on the booster. The
okay, the
Levitical
so-called
priesthood.
Haitian,
Huh?
the so-called Haitian,
Yes.
were they always in Haiti or were they brought to Haiti?
I don't know, and you don't know. But I'm asking.
What do you mean we don't know?
You know that?
What? The
tell me
so-called Haitian didn't
They're
bring
from
from
the,
the
they're from the
slave
tribe of
ship?
Levi. They're from the tribe of Levi.
Isn't it they come from the slave ship? Didn't they brought to
They-
Genesis 49?
could've came from
you
anywhere.
want me to prove it? Do you want us to prove it scripturally?
The sons of Levi are
Do you
from
want us-
Haiti. The Levitical priesthood is from Haiti.
Let us read the Bible. You asked the question. Okay, Genesis 49 verse what? Verse 8 or 5? Now you're being emotional, my brother. You asked the question, you want the answer. You want the answer. Okay, you want the answer.
Yeah, listen.
So we give you a biblical answer. That's what we're trying to do. We're not going to give you our own word. Read.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 5.
Verse 1 first, as it's quoted.
Verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
Okay, he said?
Last days.
Meaning what?
He's speaking to the end of time.
Okay. And you say what? You say what? End of time, right? Okay. Levi.
Verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren.
Simeon and Levi are brethren in so-called Dominican and the so-called Haitian. He said they are brethren. But he's their father. Why he said they are brethren? Read.
Are brethren, instruments of cruelty are in their habitation.
He said instrument of cruelty will be in your habitation.
They were violent brothers.
Yes. But he said what?
Cruelty are in your habitation.
In your habitation.
Habitation means what?
Where you dwell.
What else?
Where you dwell, where you live. What this guy's talking about? What do you mean use bosom? Read again. Does it say bosom? Read again.
Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitation.
In their habitation. Habita, where you dwell, where you live.
Teach!
What does instrument of cruelty refer to? At that time, they were killing, the Hamites, because, the Hamite, raped their sister. But remember, what he's saying now is the last day and end time. So, he said cruelty, what?
Instruments of cruelty.
Why is the instrument of cruelty that the Simeon and Levi are using to do cruelty?
Wake him up!
Remember, he said in their habitation. He called both of them together. And they said their habitation, meaning what? They are living in the same land. They are living in the same habitat. That's why their habitation. Read again.
Simeon and Levi are
Yes. All the tribes, the so-called Dominican, so-called Haitian, they are the only two tribes that dwell in the same habitation.
That's right.
Their habitation. Read again.
Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitation.
Which is voodoo and Maria. That's what they use, for cruelty to do.
But that's not even a voodoo.
Okay.
So that contradicts it. What are you talking about?
That's what he said they're gonna do in the last days.
Bring it out.
Of course he already knew, but he said you guys gonna mingle and do cruelty in your habitation. Read.
Cruelty doesn't mean voodoo.
O my soul,
Does that make
come
sense?
not thou unto their
Cruelty and voodoo are the
sacred.
same thing?
Read again.
O my soul, come not thou into their sacred.
You just said cruelty and voodoo are
Yeah.
You said cruelty and voodoo are the same thing?
He said instrument of cruelty.
You said voodoo and
Voodoo and Blumia, that's what they use as an instrument of cruelty. Okay?
Voodoo has nothing to do with cruelty. You know what cruelty means?
Do you understand the so-called Levi kill with voodoo? You didn't know that?
See, now you're making stuff up. There's no way in the Bible.
You're talking to one.
The Levites.
You're talking to so-called Haitian. I'm telling you.
Levi's
We
from the
use
Bible.
voodoo to kill each other back home. We constantly, powder. They spread a powder on you and then they see you today, the next day you're dead.
Those aren't Levi's. Those are
That's the weapon of cruelty to use to kill. And like in America, we use guns not to kill each other. Back home, that's what they use to kill each other.
We're talking about two separate things.
So if it's not cruelty, what cruelty it
The
is?
country of Haiti does that. Don't say the Levi's did that. That don't make sense, bro. Come on,
Okay.
you know you don't make sense.
Listen.
There's no way the Levitical priesthood
Okay.
is telling me you're using voodoo as cruelty. That doesn't make
Why are they
sense.
doing that? Why do you think they're doing that now?
Because you're claiming a country which is a
Because they
region.
forgot who they are.
Right.
We cling to fall God's Christianity. You understand?
Say man is fallen. Don't claim the Levi's with Haiti. That doesn't make any sense.
So who are they? Who are they Levi now? Where are they now then? Who are they now then?
Teach!
Who are they down there?
Who are they?
Who's the Levi then? Who are they? Who are they and where are they now? Since you know.
I'm not claiming to know. I'm saying God knows where the
So,
Levitical priesthood
well,
is.
okay.
The tribes of
So,
Judah.
but okay, let me ask the better question.
They're not physical locations.
Let me ask the better question. Those Israelites back then, who are they today?
Who are they today?
Yeah, whose people are they today?
It's what Paul said. Who the true Israelites are, who are the adaptation of
But
Jesus
who
Christ.
are they today?
It's anyone who takes the adaptation.
What?
What do you mean adaptation? Paul never say that.
No. Oh, that's
What this guy is talking about?
I don't know.
Teach!
2 all day today.
Bring it up.
Who can I put to say these are the Israelites today? Do they die off? Do they disappear on earth? Who are they today? We're trying to give you the sense, but you're fighting with Christianity in your head, my brother.
Bring it out!
Okay? So who are they? Read.
Verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitation.
Read.
O my soul, come not thou into their sacred.
Now give me Judah. We're not saying all Levi is in Haiti, but the book, no. I said the book of them is in Haiti. The book of them is in Haiti. We're not saying all Levi in Haiti, but the majority of the book of the tribe is found in Haiti. What's cruelty to you then? How you describe cruelty? Listen, if I use voodoo and kill my brother, is that breaking the law? I didn't love my brother like I love myself, yes or no? So that means if I kill my brother, that means I have hatred against my brother. That means I broke that law you just mentioned. You have something? Read something for the brothers.
This is from United Nations Human Rights under witchcraft. In numerous countries around the world, witchcraft-related beliefs and practices have resulted in serious violations of human rights, including beatings, banishment, cutting of body parts, and amputation of limbs, torture, and murder.
Cruelty.
You heard that? All of that fall into cruelty, but one of them is voodoo. The Haitian people practice voodoo, and for so-called Dominican theirs called Maria. So the tribe, when I say this is the bulk of them, is in Haiti, but that doesn't mean, Levi is spread all over the place. The same way all Israel is spread all over the place. You actually in Israel, my brother.
So we come from the same priesthood as David?
Huh?
We come from the same priesthood as David?
If you're the tribe of Judah, you're probably from the line of David. Remember, Judah has many sons. I don't know if you're from the line of David, but Judah has many sons. You might one of those sons. All pray, we hope that you could be the line of David, and David is a mighty man.
Right.
Because what I wanted to show you that I found in Elmina Castle, just to show you that we know that we're God's people. This is from Elmina Castle in the dungeon. I don't know if you recognize what is it. What is that?
I don't recognize it. What is this?
They call it menorah. It's a candle with 7 branches. Count how many branches? Give me the candlestick. I think Exodus and his.
Oh, when they make it?
Exodus 17. The candlestick.
I got you.
Give me. You heard it. You saw it. They call it menorah or candlestick. This is the slave. While they were still in the dungeon, they made it out of clay.
Exodus 25:31.
Okay? So if your people, at that time they knew where they are, who they are. In order for them to build this thing as a clay, they have to be part of it. They have to learn it from the laws of Moses. Read. 25:31.
The book of Exodus chapter 25 verse 31. And thou shalt make a candlestick of pure gold.
This is God speaking to Moses. He said, they're gonna do what?
Thou shalt make a candlestick of pure gold. Of beaten work shall the candlestick be made. His shaft and his branches is bold. His knot and his flowers shall be of the same.
Read.
The 6 branches.
The what?
The 6 branches shall come out of the side of it.
He said the 6 branches shall come out of the side of it. Who's that 8? The 7th one that's in the center. We look at it again while he read the scripture. When he said, read that part again.
Verse 32. And 6 branches shall come out of the sides of it. 3 branches of the candlestick out of the one side.
You see? 3 branches of what?
3 branches of candlestick out of the one side.
Which side? Of the center, which is the 7th one, read.
And 3 branches of the candlestick out of the other side. 3 bowls made like unto almonds.
So in order for them to build this thing, that was God speaking to Moses to tell the children of Israel to create a candlestick of 7 branches.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.